Hi everyone, I'm Miss Katie from Rockland Public Library and welcome to Wednesday Read Alouds. Today we are reading A Piglet Named Mercy by Kate DiCamillo, illustrated by Chris Van Dusen. This picture book came out last year, but you may recognize little Mercy here from some of her beginner chapter books. So behind me I have her books as well as other stories from the town that she lives in that we're going to learn about today. So this is A Pig Named Mercy. Mr. Watson and Mrs. Watson lived in a house on Deckawoo Drive. Deckawoo Drive was an ordinary street in an ordinary town. And Mr. and Mrs. Watson were ordinary people who did ordinary things in an ordinary way. One day, Mrs. Watson said to Mr. Watson, "I wonder if we aren't just the teeniest bit too predictable." "Predictable? Us?" said Mr. Watson. "Surely not." "It's just that sometimes I wish something different would happen," said Mrs. Watson. "Things are just fine the way they are," said Mr. Watson. But then something different did happen. Kerplunk. Woo! Someone very small and not at all ordinary found her way to the Watsons' house on Deckawoo Drive. There's the truck full of pigs going off, not realizing they'd lost one little pig right here. Mr. Watson made the discovery when he opened the door for the morning paper. "Mrs. Watson," he called, "come see." "Oh, the little dear," said Mrs. Watson. "Oink," said the piglet, or said the piglet. "I think she's hungry," said Mr. Watson. "Is that a pig?" said Eugenia Lincoln. Here she is. "Is that a pig?" Eugenia Lincoln lived next door, and she did not approve of surprises or pigs. "It is," said Mrs. Watson. "Can you believe our luck?" "Don't be ridiculous," said Eugenia Lincoln. "A pig is not lucky at all." "Do you think perhaps the piglet would like a bottle of warm milk?" said Baby Lincoln. Here's Baby. Baby was Eugenia's younger sister, and she was fond of surprises and piglets. Mr. Watson scratched his head. A bottle of milk? I don't know. This is all so unpredictable." "Leave it to me," said Baby Lincoln. Said the piglet again. Mrs. Watson picked up the piglet and took her inside. She wrapped her in a blanket. "Have you ever seen anything so darling?" she said. "Never," said Mr. Watson. Look how happy they are. "Here's the warm milk," said Baby Lincoln. "I have it right here." Eugenia said, "This is absurd." The piglet did not think it was absurd at all. She drank the entire bottle. And then she burped, brr, and oinked, and went looking for more. "Oh, my goodness," said Mr. Watson. "Watch out," said Eugenia. "She seems to like toast very much," said Baby. "Oh, the darling, darling thing," said Mrs. Watson. And you see what she's doing? She's getting the toast. "Mr. Watson," said Mrs. Watson, "perhaps you would like to hold her for a bit." "Certainly," said Mr. Watson. He took the piglet in his arms. He rocked her. He hummed. "Ah, how extraordinary," said Mr. Watson. "She's a porcine wonder." She looks pretty happy too. "This piglet is a wish come true," said Mrs. Watson. "What a mercy she is," said Baby. "There you go," said Mr. Watson. "We can call her Mercy." "She is not a mercy," said Eugenia. "She is a pig," said the piglet. "You cannot name a piglet Mercy." But they did name her Mercy, and she was entirely unpredictable. She was not at all ordinary, and she was very, very loved. The end. There she is, their little baby. The end. Great listening, everyone. So if you like this story, this is the picture book version of Mercy, the beginning of Mercy's story, but Mercy has been hanging out in these beginner chapter books over here for quite a few years. So here's some of our Mercy chapter books, and then a little bit later, Eugenia and Baby got some books, so there's some Eugenia and Baby stories as well, and then there's even some side stories to that, so there's all kinds of extra stories to read in that universe if you enjoyed this picture book. And if that's not for you, just let me know and I can recommend other beginner readers, because I know school is starting soon and it's time to start thinking about our first chapter books, which is super exciting. I hope all of you are having a wonderful time this week. And if you need any recommendations for reading, just let me know. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.